I think there are a lot of things that the country wants and the city wants. I was at the U.S. Conference of Mayors about 2 weeks ago, and the focus there was jobs, jobs, and more jobs. So also one of the things that we talked about there at that conference, and I imagine you went to that when you served mayor, we had an address from the mayor of Tucson, Arizona, and he talked to us about civility. And the mayors, those who wanted to, I did sign it, would sign an accord to tone down the rhetoric on both sides. I think that would be good. Although we have a good working relationship, I think Councilman Grieve can attest to it, we don't really have a big problem with that, thank goodness.
No, we don't.
We're able to work together, and we don't have a problem with that, but still, I think the mayors and council people can set the tone in that regard. So I'm going to try to work with everybody. As you know, I'm in a sort of a little different situation because I'm still a councilman. So I'm a mayor / councilman. And it's a historic thing because, to my knowledge, there's only been 2 interim mayors. Cass Walker was one. I think he replaced Jack Dance, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Mr. Crosley, who was the law director, he replaced someone, I'm not sure. Was it Duncan? Yes, when Duncan was elected. But they only served for a few weeks. So I will serve, Lord willing, probably longer than any other interim mayor. So it's going to be an interesting thing, and that's an understatement. I have a lot of advice from a lot of different people, but a very wise person told me, they said, you're going to get advice from this person and that person. Do what you think is best. And that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm not going to give a long speech. You're not here to hear me give a long speech. And I don't want to give a long speech. I'm going to see some of you in the morning at the Boyd Cloud Club at Shoney's on Western Avenue. So I may say a little more tomorrow morning. But I just thank everybody for coming out tonight. This has been a very nice event. Let me thank Gloria, our chairperson. She's doing a fantastic job. Let's give her a hand. Certainly my being in this position is a great honor, but I'm hopeful at some point it won't even be talked about. And at some point we'll have more diversity on our council, our county commission, and our state legislative bodies. We're pushing towards that, and hopefully that will come about. So let me just thank you for coming out tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed it, or it's not over yet. I think it's still going on, so you don't have to leave. And just thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to say how great it is to be here in Knoxville at the Knox County Democratic Party headquarters with Gloria, our new mayor. I mean, is this not cool? It's not cool. It's cool. It's just great. And I was so honored to have him come to Nashville. When I heard he was coming up for the inauguration, he said, come by our headquarters and hang out. And we ended up spending the afternoon together and going to the inauguration. And what was interesting about the inauguration, it was the inaugural of a Republican, but it was the peaceful transition in our society, in our country, and we participated as Americans, not whether you're a Democrat or a Republican.
That's right.
And it was a great day. Now we're going to watch them carefully. We're going to see what they do going forward. I'm glad to be here. I'm not going to make a long speech, but there are a couple things I did want to say. I want to thank Bill Owen and Sylvia and Harold for their strong support for my reelection. I did have a campaign on my hands, and they stood with me, and I really appreciate it. Bill is your Democratic National Committee member. Anybody who needs tickets to Charlotte, you see Bill. Don't call me. He's your inside man. It's just a little way away. Mayor Tyree, it's great to have you here too. You're with us on all our Democratic events. It's great to see you. And Madeline, it's really great to have a candidate for mayor here who's a Democrat who'd stand in this headquarters. We're really proud of you. And Really appreciate having you here. I can't take sides on it, but I do think it is important that she is here tonight. And Randy and Cindy, it's great to have you. He got in this race against a real nut job, someone I call, and I said that. And he worked hard, and we appreciate you getting out. And I have a feeling this is not your last time in this process, and we want to help you, and thank you for doing what you did. It's really important. Thank you, Cindy. I want to recognize one other person who came with me. Valerie Knight is somewhere in the back over here. Valerie is on our fundraising team, helping us. She's right here, and part of my job is raising money. And I drove all the way here with headphones, and she did the driving, and I appreciate that. I want to take just I want to take just a couple minutes and put November 2nd in perspective. I've done a lot of thinking about what happened on November 2nd, and I know it was not a good day for Democrats in our state. But what's important are three things that I want to point out. Midterm elections for the party in power are elections where we lose seats. But there's an interesting facet to it that I think we need to be aware of. In 2006 and 2008, particularly in 2008, with Barack Obama on the ballot, young people and African Americans enthused in a way they hadn't been in our political process, we won seats that we probably shouldn't have won. We picked up seats in 06 and 08 that sort of moved our column in a way that was good for Democrats, but they were not strong Democratic seats, and we lost those in 2010. That just happens in the process. The second thing that was important is the United States Supreme Court decision that allowed corporate money and anonymous donations to come into our political process in a way that we have never seen before. And Bill Owen and I have talked about this. This is transforming our political process in a way that we all don't know what the long-term consequences will be. But we saw more money come in from unknown anonymous sources into Tennessee than we've ever seen before. $24 million came into United States House races just in Tennessee. A guy named Scott Desjardins, a doctor from South Pittsburgh, had $300,000. That's all he could raise. $2 million of anonymous outside corporate money was spent in that race to beat Lincoln Davis.
Shameful.
It's shameful, but the fact is it's transforming our process, and we have to step up and do things differently in Tennessee and in our country. And the third and the last thing I've talked about that had impact on us is our message as Democrats has been diffuse. We have not had a clear and concise message. Republicans are about smaller government, lower taxes. Lower taxes for the 2% of the richest people in our country.
Right.
Smaller government that hurts those who cannot take that kind of hurt, but they never define that. We as Democrats do not have that concise message. From the top of the ticket all the way down to school board candidates, Republicans talk that message. And so when I ran for chair, I said, we're going to have an ideas summit. We're going to gather all the stakeholders in the state of Tennessee and talk about what our message is and what it needs to be going forward. And the most important part about it is our trumpets, those people, Dan, who is the mayor, these are the people that need to carry this message, and we need to train our candidates and give them, and our elected officials, give them the tools to be able to carry that message out there. If we do that right, we know the economy is improving, President Obama will be on the ballot, young people, African Americans, and those who are enthused about change will turn out. We know performance this election cycle was bad. We will move forward in 2012. I need your help. Gloria is doing an unbelievable job here in Knox County.
Yes.
You have in her a chair who needs to continue doing the work that she's done here, and I hope that you in Knox County will continue to support her. The state party is fully behind all that you're doing. I'm glad to be here, and thank you so much for all that you do as Democrats in Knox County.
Mark was here, and Kirby is very small and not trainable as a candidate yet. So
I heard she shakes hands really well.
she does a lot of things really well, but staying still for long periods of time is not her strong suit. But we do like her a lot, and we're glad to have them. But we this week have our kickoff coming up. This is a big event for us. It is Thursday, February 10th, 5:30 at the L&N station. Whichever Democrat you're for, please come by and visit and fellowship with your fellow Democrats. I was telling somebody earlier, the worst problem, the Democratic Party in Knoxville has a lot of really good things going on right now. We have a great mayor who is a Democrat. We have a wonderful party structure that is set up here. And if the worst problem we have is that we have two great Democrats in the race, then we will be doing good. Everybody should get behind their candidate, and whichever Democrat makes it through, we'll get behind that candidate. And if both of them make it through and the worst problem we have is that we're going to have a Democratic mayor, then I think as a party we'll probably survive that. So please come out this week and talk to Mark and get to see him. We'll have Kirby out again on Thursday, and visit our website votepageant.com, and we hope you'll all come out. So thank you.
Well, I am not going to talk long because I don't have a voice tonight. I should be home in bed, and that's where I'm going to head pretty quickly after I finish here, and I hope you all understand. And it's the reason why I haven't been shaking hands either. I've been rubbing elbows so I don't infect you. First of all, I just want to say that I had to come out tonight to honor Mayor Brown because it was a privilege to work with Dan for I guess it was about a year you were on, and I was in the community development department at the city, and he was always supportive of our efforts in community development. He was always that quiet voice. He didn't say a lot, but when he did, it always made sense, and he waited and he listened, and then he would draw his conclusions. And so I think it was really outstanding, is an outstanding councilman, and will be an outstanding mayor. And so I just, like I said, I should be in bed, but I wanted to come out and say that to you and honor you with everybody else. He's going to do a great job. And of course, I'm hoping that he has a really great administration and then is able to hand it over to me. I'm hoping that's the case. This Monday is the first mayoral forum, and it's being sponsored by the Council of Involved Neighborhoods, COIN. It's going to be on Monday night at 7 p.m., right, Zach? 7 p.m. at Church Street United Methodist Church. And I encourage everybody to come out. You can't wear your T-shirts or, have anything like that. But just come out and listen to all the candidates and see what you think. And I encourage you to be there. Also, our website is up, www.madeleineformayor.com. And we have a Facebook page. If you haven't, hey, way back there. If you haven't friended me yet or liked me yet on my Facebook, I'd ask everybody to please like me on my Facebook and to let your friends know about it, because this is, you may have seen the financial disclosures that came out this week. I am third in line of the four. However, 7 years ago, you all remember, I was down 30-1 at this time. I had like $10,000, and Bill Haslam had $300,000. And we went on, but that didn't stop us. We went on, we raised like $160,000. He had 4 times that at the end, but we ran an extremely competitive campaign. We were very close. So I know that with your help, we can win the money. We can raise the money that we need to win in this campaign. We don't have to have as much as the next person. We have to have enough to get our message out, because what it really takes in a mayoral race is a good ground game, because even when you advertise, you reach so many people that you don't need to when you're on TV, and then we'll do some advertising and all. But the key is to reach your target audience, which are the people that are going to vote in this election. Last time we had 30-some thousand, I think, in 2003, because Bill and I both had really vigorous campaigns, and a lot of people turned out to vote. And then in the in the council races in subsequent years, you don't get as many people. I hope with Mark and Marilyn and Ivan running, that we'll do a lot to get out a lot of people, and so we'll have a good, strong turnout. And so that means that those of you who do support me, we've got to get out people who support Madeleine for mayor. And those of you who support my good friends, Mark and Zach, Well, you know, I really need to encourage them to get out. No, but we're going to have a lot of fun on the campaign trail, and Kirby is a cutie pie. I met her the other day at the march at UT, honoring the 50 years of African American students being at UT. And she's going to be a good campaign. She's a good campaign. She'll have to bring out my grandkids. Anyway, good luck, Zach and Mark. And I hope to see you all Monday night, 7 o'clock, Church Street United Methodist. Thanks so much.